All right, buckle up. We are diving into something
Ah,
truly special today.
oh boy.
You know, everyone is absolutely losing their minds over the new Jurassic World Rebirth trailer.
Yeah, the one that looks incredible.
The big budget, the massive stars, the practical effects that probably cost more than the GDP of a small country.
Right.
Yeah, we are not talking about that one.
Not even close. We are living in a different tax bracket today.
We are talking about the other one, the one your grandma accidentally buys you for Christmas because she didn't have her reading glasses on and just saw the word Jurassic.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Jurassic Reborn, the 2025 masterpiece from the absolute legends of the ripoff game, The Asylum.
The Asylum.
Yeah.
We really need to set the stage here for people who might be lucky enough not to know who these guys are. Because the Asylum isn't just a film studio. It's a manufacturing plant.
It's a content mill.
It is.
Yeah.
With a very specific, very cynical business model.
Okay, let's cut the crap right at the top here.
Yeah.
They're trolls, right? High-effort trolls.
Essentially, I mean, their entire strategy is built on what the industry calls mockbusters.
Right.
They monitor the release schedules of major studios like Universal or Warner Brothers. They see a massive blockbuster coming down the pipe, say Transformers or Pacific Rim or...
Jurassic World.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They look at the title, they change one or two words to avoid a direct trademark lawsuit, hire a celebrity who hasn't had a hit since the Clinton administration,
Oh, that's cold.
and shoot a movie in a parking lot over a long weekend.
It's genius in a purely evil way. They bank on confusion. They bank on the digital rental market, people searching for Jurassic
Yeah.
and just clicking the first thing that pops up that isn't $20.
Exactly. And the margins are incredible. These movies cost practically nothing to make. I mean, we're talking budgets that wouldn't cover the catering on a Marvel movie. So if they sell even a few thousand copies or get a licensing deal with a streaming service in like Thailand or Romania, they are in the black.
That is the ecosystem that birthed Jurassic Reborn.
It is.
And today, we aren't here to be a film appreciation society. We are not here to discuss the lighting or the mise-en-scène or the subtle emotional arts.
Oh.
We are here to survive 83 minutes of absolute chaos, terrible CGI, and Daniel Baldwin looking like he just woke up from a nap in his car and is wondering where his paycheck is.
It is a rough ride. I mean, usually with these kinds of movies, you go in hoping for a so bad it's good vibe. You want The Room. You want Troll 2.
Yeah, you want accidental brilliance through incompetence.
Oh, but what we got here,
Yeah.
it's an experience. It's a test of endurance.
It is. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of why this movie is a crime against cinema, I have a very important instruction for you. If you love hearing about disasters like this, if you thrive on the cringe, if you want to see the visual evidence of what we are about to describe, you need to go to YouTube right now and subscribe to the Dread Den channel.
Seriously. Dread Den on YouTube. We're building a support group over there. You're going to need a community to process what we're about to tell you because doing this alone is dangerous for your mental health.
Do it now before things get messy,
Okay.
because we are about to start wading through some serious cinematic sewage.
Let's do it.
Okay, vibe check. We are looking at a movie directed by Marcel Walz. Now, Walz has done some horror stuff before, mostly low-budget slasher types. But this screenplay, it feels thin. It is transparent.
It's basically a napkin with Dino Go Roar written on it in crayon.
Right.
It's bullshit. The premise is bullshit. The execution is bullshit. And I say that with a deep, weary affection for B movies. But this one, it tests you.
Why?
Because it feels cynical. It feels like they knew nobody would care, so they didn't care either.
Right. So our mission today is simple. The internet has rated this thing a generous 2.5 out of 10.
Generous.
We need to figure out if there's anything redeemable here. Is there a hidden gem? Is there a moment of accidental art? Or is this just a drinking game waiting to happen?
Spoiler alert. Grab a bottle. You're going to need it.
All right, let's get into the setup. The movie opens, as all these movies do, with the ominous music.
Oh.
You know the type. It's synthesizer heavy, trying desperately to sound like John Williams, but like legally distinct enough to avoid a lawsuit. It's just generic dum-dum-dum-dum noises.
And the stock footage. We have to talk about the stock footage economy for a second.
Oh, God, yes.
Minute 1 is just a montage of misty islands and spinning DNA helix. It looks like a screensaver from Windows 95.
It really does.
And the reason it looks like that is because they bought it from a stock footage site. They probably searched Science DNA on Shutterstock, paid $50 for a standard license, and just slapped it in the timeline.
Which is why the resolution doesn't even match the rest of the film.
No, and the color grading is all over the place.
And then we get the text on screen. In a world where science defies nature.
Groundbreaking stuff.
Truly poetic. But then, at minute 1, we see it. The helicopter.
Oh, God, the helicopter.
Describe this for the listeners because words almost fail me.
Okay, so usually in a movie, when you see a vehicle, it interacts with the environment. It casts a shadow. It reflects the light from the sun.
Right, it exists in the world.
This helicopter looks like it was rendered on a PlayStation 1. It's a flat, gray blob floating over a JPEG of an island. There is no ambient occlusion. That's the shading that makes objects look like they are sitting in a space rather than floating on top of it.
It's just pasted on.
It's pasted on. It looks like a sticker. And the rotor blades aren't even blurring correctly. It's laughable.
But that's not even the best part.
Oh, no.
They land. Now, keep in mind, the script tells us this is a top-secret, black site laboratory on a remote, uncharted tropical island.
No civilians.
No town. It is just scientists and monsters doing illegal genetic research.
Right. High security. Off the grid.
So the helicopter lands on a helipad, and right there, in the shot, clear as day, is a sign that says, no parking.
Fuck that. Seriously, fuck that.
I had to rewind. I thought I was hallucinating.
I paused the movie. I stared at it. It's not just a little sign in the background. It is prominently displayed. No parking.
Which begs the question, who is parking there?
Who needs that sign?
Is there a velociraptor meter made? Is there a traffic cop on this uncharted island issuing citations to unauthorized personnel?
This is a perfect example of what we call location laziness. They clearly rented an office building roof, probably in Burbank or Van Nuys, for the afternoon to shoot this.
For sure.
And the location scout, if they even had one, didn't bother to cover the signage. Or the director didn't notice, or, and this is the most likely scenario, they noticed and just didn't care.
They just didn't give a damn.
Right, because removing it or painting it out in post-production would cost money they didn't have.
It sets the tone immediately. You know exactly how much effort went into this production when they can't be bothered to move a no parking sign for the establishing shot of their secret lair.
It breaks the immersion before the movie even starts.
It does. And then we meet our protagonist, Dr. Marie Bissett, played by Danielle Titus. She steps out of the chopper and immediately launches into this stiff wooden monologue about reviving the past for the future.
It's like she's reading the back of the DVD case, just pure exposition.
She's talking to these lab techs who are just nodding like bobbleheads. And that takes us into the lab. Minutes 3 to 6, this is where the science happens.
Science in very, very heavy quotation marks.
Yeah.
So the premise is that they are cloning velociraptors. But not just cloning them, they are using frog DNA to fill the gaps.
Which is, wait, that's literally the plot of the original Jurassic Park?
It is.
They aren't even trying to hide the theft.
It is plagiarism, plain and simple, but then they add their own little asylum twist. Minute 4, the first egg hatches. It's a cute baby raptor. And then flicker, the lights go out for a second.
The classic ominous power glitch.
It is the clunkiest foreshadowing I have ever seen. It's the movie grabbing you by the shoulders and screaming, something is going to go wrong with the electricity later.
There's zero subtlety.
None. A good thriller builds tension. This just hands you the plot points on a checklist.
And then the baby starts growing. This is the gimmick of the movie, right? They don't just clone dinosaurs. They clone rapidly growing dinosaurs because efficiency.
I guess. They never really explain why you would want a dinosaur that reaches sexual maturity in 45 minutes. That seems like a terrible feature for a biological weapon or a zoo attraction.
Yeah, that feels like a design flaw. So we get this time-lapse CGI effect at minute 5 where the baby raptor just inflates.
It doesn't grow organically. It just scales up in Photoshop. It looks like someone grabbed the corner of the image and dragged it diagonally.
Yes.
And then, bam, it attacks a technician, bites his hand.
And let's talk about the gore here.
Yeah.
Because I have seen better blood effects in a high school production of Macbeth.
It's ketchup. It is literally bright, opaque, ketchup red paint. Real blood oxidizes. It's dark. It has viscosity. This looks like he dipped his hand in a bucket of paint at Home Depot.
And the technician is screaming, shit, it bit me. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, shit is the operative word here. The quality of the special effects at this point is just, it's insulting.
But this is where the chaos starts. Minute 6, the alarm blares. The raptors are loose. And suddenly, within a minute, they aren't babies anymore.
Nope, they're puppy-sized.
They're puppy-sized. They are scratching at the door. And we cut to the control room to meet the man, the myth, the panic attack. Dr. Pete Panfilov.
Played by Brian Scammon. And his dialogue.
Oh, man.
They're evolving too fast.
Pete, that's not what evolution means.
No, it's not. Evolution takes generations.
Mhm.
It involves natural selection and genetic mutation over thousands of years.
Right.
What he is describing is growth, rapid growth. But the scriptwriter clearly fell asleep in biology class. He's just throwing out science buzzwords: evolution, DNA, helix.
Pete is panicking, slamming buttons, and he makes the call. He calls in the cavalry. And this brings us to minutes 7 through 9, the entrance of the star, the legend.
The man himself.
The man who clearly has a boat payment due, Daniel Baldwin. Enter Eric Cranston, the mercenary.
Now, Daniel Baldwin. We need to pause and appreciate the Baldwin hierarchy for a second. You have Alec, the A-lister. You have Billy. You have Steven.
And then you have Daniel.
Daniel is the king of the B-movie. He has done some decent work in the past.
I was going to say, remember Vampires by John Carpenter? He was actually pretty good in that. He has a presence.
He does. But here, he arrives on a boat with his squad, and he just looks tired. He looks physically exhausted by the script.
He does.
He's wearing this tactical vest that looks like he bought it in an airsoft tournament, and he drops this line. I wrote it down because it's so bad. I hunt big game, but this is prehistoric.
Just incredible. It's the stock tough guy energy, dialed up to 11, but delivered with the enthusiasm of a man reading a grocery list while waiting in line at the DMV.
And his team. We have Lance Massando, played by E.R. Ruiz. He's the tough operative. They're all strapped with rifles and grenades.
They look like they raided a military surplus store 5 minutes before filming started.
They do. But here is where my brain broke. Dr. Bissett is briefing them. She explains that the raptors are growing exponentially. Minute by minute, they are doubling in size.
Right. But she never explains where the mass is coming from.
What do you mean?
Physics. The law of conservation of mass. This is basic thermodynamics. To grow, an organism needs to consume matter. You eat food, your body converts that mass into muscle and bone. You can't just create flesh out of thin air.
Right.
These raptors are locked in a room. They aren't eating anything. They are just expanding, like balloons being filled with air.
They're just inflating.
If a 5-pound lizard becomes a 50-pound wolf-sized monster in 10 minutes, where did the 45 pounds come from? Did it pull carbon out of the atmosphere? Is it photosynthesizing at a nuclear rate?
It's magic. It's dino magic.
It's fucked up logic. It violates the basic laws of the universe. And look, I know it's a movie about cloning dinosaurs. I can suspend my disbelief for the cloning part.
Of course.
But you can't just have an organism triple in weight every 2 minutes without feeding it. It drives me crazy. It makes the whole threat feel like a cartoon.
You are looking for logic in a movie where Daniel Baldwin fights a raptor.
Ha!
I think you're going to be disappointed.
I know. But it's just lazy writing. It shows they didn't even consult a Wikipedia page, let alone a scientist.
Speaking of lazy, let's talk about the action. Because once the mercenaries get into the jungle, things get weird. We're in the minute 10 to 15 range now.
Oh, the scaling problem becomes impossible to ignore here.
It's all over the place. Minute 5, it was about a baby. Minute 6, a puppy. Minute 11, they encounter one in the jungle, and it's dog-sized.
Okay, sure, maybe that one grew a bit more.
But then at minute 14, they're fighting one in the lab again, and it looks cat-sized. Did it shrink? Did it go on a diet?
I think I know what happened here. They probably have 3 or 4 different CGI models they bought.
Yeah.
Model A, small, Model B, medium, Model C, big. And the editor just slapped them into scenes without tracking the timeline.
So you have a scene where the dinosaur's waist high.
Yeah.
Then the next cut, it's barely up to their ankles.
Yeah.
It pissed me off so much watching it. The continuity editor must have been asleep. Or maybe they fired the continuity editor to save money for catering.
And the sound? Did you hear the sound at minute 14?
A meow.
Yes. The raptors don't roar. They hiss and they meow like angry cats.
It sounded like they recorded a house cat and just pitched it down slightly. It's so unintimidating.
Yeah.
You have these mercenaries, terrified, screaming, shooting at the bushes, and the thing jumping out goes meow.
This is another stock acid issue. Sound libraries often have generic creature noises. Someone probably clicked small creature hiss and didn't realize it was a feline recording.
It completely undercuts the tension. You can't be scared of something that sounds like Mr. Whiskers asking for tuna.
You really can't.
And the mercenaries themselves? These are supposed to be elite killers. Eric Cranston's best men.
Right.
And at minute 12, during the chase sequence, one of them trips over a vine.
Comically, like a slapstick routine.
He trips, flails his arms, and falls face first.
Oh.
And then scrambles up like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. It just kills any tension.
The choreography is non-existent. You can tell they didn't have a stunt coordinator. It's just people running through the woods, shaking the camera to hide the fact that there's no dinosaur there.
The shaky cam technique.
Exactly. It's a classic low-budget trick. If you can't afford a good monster suit or good CGI, you shake the camera violently so the audience can't see how bad the effect is.
But here, they shake it so much it's nauseating.
It is.
But they have grenades. Cranston loves his grenades.
Oh, the explosions. We'll get to the explosions. But yeah, minute 15, they just start blowing up the jungle. It's over the top, silly, and honestly kind of fun. That's the so bad it's good sweet spot.
Watching Daniel Baldwin toss a grenade at a cat-sized lizard is objectively funny.
It is.
So they survive the initial skirmish, and now we hit the midpoint. Minutes 16 to 23, the movie realizes it needs to pad the runtime, so everything slows way down.
The dreaded character development scene. This is a staple of bad movies. They don't have enough money for 80 minutes of action, so they need people to sit in a room and talk about their feelings for 10 minutes.
We are at minute 16. Night has fallen. They are in a bunker. Cranston and Bissett are drinking whiskey.
Where did they get the whiskey? Did they bring it? Hey, we're going to a dinosaur-infested island. Better pack the Jack Daniels.
Essentials only, man. You need to stay hydrated. And they have this heart-to-heart. Bissett says, and I quote, "Science made them, but greed funds it."
Deep. That is high school philosophy club level deep. It's the kind of line a writer thinks is profound, but is actually just a cliche rearranged.
And they try to set this romance. There's this awkward tension between Baldwin and Titus.
Yeah.
It feels so forced.
It does.
You have giant lizards eating your friends outside, and you're trying to flirt over a flat.
It's totally out of place. It's purely there because the Save the Cat screenwriting manual says there needs to be a romantic subplot, but there is zero chemistry.
None. Baldwin looks like he wants to go home, and Titus looks like she's trying to remember her next line.
Yeah.
But thankfully, the movie gets bored of it, too.
Minute 17, we get back to the action. Miss Sando is on sentinel duty.
This is actually, dare I say it, a decent moment?
It is. He sees glowing eyes in the dark, the lighting is murky, which hides the bad CGI, and the tension actually works for a second.
This is the lesson here. Darkness is a low-budget filmmaker's best friend. If you hide the monster in the shadows, our brains fill in the gaps and make it scarier than it actually is.
Right, it's what you don't see.
Exactly. It's when they show the monster in broad daylight that it looks like a cartoon.
And then the pack attacks. Minute 18, and now they are wolf-sized.
Sure, why not? Yeah. They've apparently eaten, I don't know, the air, the vibes.
They overrun the perimeter. People are stabbing dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are biting people. One guy gets taken out in a way that is just hilarious. He basically throws himself into the dinosaur's mouth. It's the jump into the hug death. You see this when the actors are interacting with nothing. He has to pretend to be tackled, so he essentially tackles himself.
But then they escape to the Jeep. Minute 19, the Jeep escape.
This is the highlight of the film for me.
Same.
The raptors are leaping onto the moving vehicle. The driver is swerving, crashing into trees. The CGI is still bad, but the energy is frantic. It feels like a video game level.
It's the one time the movie actually delivers on the premise of action dinosaur movie.
For sure. Enjoy it while it lasts, because then we hit minute 20. They crash. They are hiking. Panfilov is on the radio screaming about the mainland being at risk, and they find the nest.
Minute 21. The nest. Eggs everywhere, and here comes the contrived conflict.
Oh, of course.
Bissett, the scientist, says, "We must study them." And Cranston, the sane person, says, "We must destroy them."
It's the most cliche argument in the book. No, don't blow up the murder monsters. Think of the science. Lady, they just ate Gary. Blow them up.
It makes you hate the scientist character. You're supposed to root for her, but she's actively endangering everyone for the sake of a Nobel Prize. It's stupid.
So stupid. So they plant the charges. Minute 22, the explosion.
Oh, God. The fireball.
It looks like a GIF.
It does. It looks like someone pasted a fireball.gif over the footage.
Yeah.
It doesn't light up the surroundings properly.
This is a compositing failure. When you film an explosion, the light from the fire should reflect off the actors' faces, the trees, the ground. Here, the background is dark and the explosion is bright, but there is no light spill.
It looks completely fake. It's just this flat orange blob that appears on screen. It is laughable.
Totally.
And amidst this laughable explosion, Miss Tondo gets wounded. And we get the leave me behind trope. Yeah. Minute 23.
Go, save yourselves. It's actually the best acting in the movie. Ruiz sells it. He's sweating. He's in pain. You almost care about him. Almost.
Almost. So they leave him. They run. And then the movie drags a bit. We get a flashback at minute 24, some walking around an abandoned village at minute 25.
Which, again, why is there a village on a top-secret island?
Don't ask. Just don't ask. Maybe it's where the parking enforcement officers live.
Ah, right.
And then minute 28, the big reveal.
The alpha.
The boss monster.
So far, we've seen baby, puppy, dog, and wolf-sized raptors. Now we get the alpha. It's massive. It has gray eyes. It has huge feet.
And it roars.
It sounds like a lion.
It literally is a lion roar with a reverb effect on it. It's so stock, MGM wants their logo back.
And this thing, it's basically a superhero. Minute 29, the beach battle. The team unloads everything they have. Rifles, pistols, and the alpha just dodges them.
It's Neo from The Matrix. It's weaving through bullets.
The bullets just bounce off. It's unclear because the visual effects fail hard here. You see muzzle flashes, but no impacts. It's just the dinosaur model moving left and right.
Magic bulletproof scales.
It's bullshit. Total bullshit. It removes the stakes. If the monster's invincible, the fight is boring. You need to see it take damage. You need to see it bleed.
Right. But it leads to Masando's sacrifice at minute 30. He lures the alpha away, blows himself up. A heroic, predictable end for the best actor in the film.
R.I.P. Masando. You were too good for this movie.
Before we get to the absolutely insane boat sequence, and trust me, you are not prepared for the boat sequence.
I'm ready.
I want to remind you guys again, we wade through this trash so you don't have to. But if you want to join the conversation, if you want to yell at us about our bad takes, you need to subscribe to the Dread Den channel on YouTube.
We are building an army of bad movie survivors. Join us. Dread Den. YouTube. Do it.
Now the boat.
The boat.
They escape to a boat, minute 31. Bassett says, we can't let them swim to shore.
And I thought, swim. Raptors aren't aquatic.
Oh, you sweet summer child. Minute 33. The ocean pursuit.
This is where I lost my mind. The raptors are swimming after the boat, but not just swimming dolly paddle style. Their dorsal fins, wait, do they have dorsal fins? Their backs are breaking the water like sharks.
They turn into sharks. It's Jaws logic.
It's complete bullshit. Raptors are land animals. Even if they could swim, they wouldn't be hydrodynamic. They shouldn't be able to keep up with a motorboat in open ocean.
Physics has left the chat. Logic has left the chat.
No.
Biology has filed a restraining order. We are in pure cartoon territory.
We were.
Minute 34, they climb onto the boat.
Of course they do. Because movies like this don't understand how hard it is to climb onto a moving boat from the water without a ladder.
There's a fight on the deck. It's thrashing. One bites the engine. It's chaos. But then, minute 35, Dr. Pete Panfilov has his moment.
The wires.
He grabs some live wires and electrocutes a raptor.
And you know what? It looked cool. Sparks fly. It's a practical effect. Someone actually rigged up a spark gag on set. After 30 minutes of bad CGI, seeing real sparks was like seeing water in a desert.
Practical effects for the win. It adds a visceral texture that the CGI just lacks.
Yeah.
But then, minute 36, the weather report.
The storm hits.
And by storm, I mean someone turned on a garden hose just out of frame, and they added a gray filter to the camera. The CGI waves look like blue jelly.
It's very bad. But the storm washes the raptors off the boat. Or so they think.
Because we are approaching the mainland.
Yeah.
Minute 41, they think it's over. But wait. The Alpha leaped onto the boat at minute 37 and has been hiding somewhere.
On a small fishing boat. Where is a 12-foot dinosaur hiding? Behind a crate. Under a tarp. It's massive.
Don't worry about it. Object permanence is not a thing in this universe. Minute 38. The deck duel. Daniel Baldwin versus the Alpha.
This is a masterclass in stunt doubles.
Yep.
You see Daniel Baldwin's face in a close-up, looking tired. Then cut to a wide shot of the back of a man who is clearly 50 pounds lighter and 20 years younger doing a karate kick.
Then cut back to Baldwin looking at a breath. It's beautiful editing. It's the magic of cinema.
Yeah.
Bassett helps, injects it with a sedative. They throw the Alpha overboard. It sinks dramatically.
Like the Titanic. It goes down with the ship. Well, off the ship.
And they dock at the mainland. Minute 41. They are exhausted. They think they've won. But then, the twist.
This bag.
Bassett's bag starts moving.
She has been carrying a duffel bag this whole time. And apparently, amidst the carnage, the explosions, and the swimming, she scooped up an egg back at the nest.
And didn't tell anyone.
And it hatches right there on the dock.
And she decides to hide it.
Minute 43. She hides the baby raptor after all the death, after Masando blew himself, after the horror. She looks at this thing and goes, "Aw, science."
It is so reckless, it makes you hate her. It's a moral dilemma scene that is so overacted. She's crying, she's conflicted. Cranston finds out at minute 44 and screams, "Destroy it."
He's right. Destroy it. Step on it. It's a monster.
But they argue. And while they are arguing, the baby grows.
Again, the magic growth. The conservation of mass violation returns.
It grows, attacks Panflov off-screen, R.I.P. Pete, you were weird, but we liked you, and escapes into the city.
Now we are in the mainland rampage, minutes 47 to 50.
This is where the budget really stretches, until it snaps. They're on city streets, but you can tell they didn't have permits to close the streets, so there are just cars driving by in the background that clearly aren't part of the movie.
This is guerrilla filmmaking 101. You steal the shot, you run out into the street, film for 10 seconds, and run away before the cops come.
Right.
But the problem is, the background doesn't match the action. The actors are screaming, "Run, monster!" And the guy in the Prius behind them is just waiting for the light to turn green, drinking his coffee.
It breaks the reality completely. It's hilarious. And they add sound effects of honking and screaming to make it seem like panic, but the pedestrians in the background are just walking their dogs.
Yeah.
The raptor's full size now. The police are shooting at it and missing. It's running down an alleyway.
And our heroes trap it. Minute 49. The warehouse.
The classic empty warehouse finale. Every low-budget movie ends in an empty warehouse.
Why is that?
Because it's cheap to rent. It's a controlled environment. You don't have to worry about weather or traffic. And it looks industrial and cool if you light it right. They lure it in, they do a bait and switch, and then, minute 50.
Boom.
Another laughable explosion. The warehouse blows up. Raptor defeated.
Or is it?
Well, yeah, it's dead. But the movie isn't over. We have 10 minutes of resolution.
10 minutes. That is an eternity in movie time. Usually the monster dies, the heroes kiss, credits roll. But here they drag it out.
Minutes 51 to 60. The aftermath. We get a montage of news reports calling it a dino hoax.
Which is absurd. A dinosaur rampaged through a city. Police shot at it. There is a blown-up warehouse. How is that a hoax?
Fake news, man. People believe what they want to believe. The team is hailed as heroes, secretly. Cranston retires. He walks off into the sunset, probably to cash his check.
And Bissett has regrets. And then, the sequel bait.
Of course.
We see a fragment of the eggshell. Or maybe another egg. It's unclear because the prop is blurry. But the hint is there.
Let's cut the crap. Nobody asked for a sequel. Nobody wants Jurassic Reborn 2 to reborn.
Jurassic Reborn. Again.
But they threaten us with it anyway. And then the post-credits. Minute 66 plus.
A slow pan over the island ruins. A new lab. Someone whispers, "They're reborn."
Chills. Literal chills. Not really.
It's so cheesy. It's the ultimate cliche to end a movie of cliches.
So we have survived. The credits roll. We have reached the end of the line.
It's made it.
Let's talk numbers. The internet says 2.5 out of 10.
That feels generous, but also accurate. Look, 1 out of 10 is for unwatchable, boring trash. This isn't boring. It's frantic. It's stupid. It's offensive to physics. But it keeps moving.
It has a pulse. A weak, erratic pulse, but a pulse.
Exactly. So 2.5 feels right. It acknowledges that they actually made a movie, which is hard to do even if the movie is garbage.
Now, for the drinking game, the source mentioned a rule. Take a shot every time a character screams, "Run."
Do not do this. I'm speaking as a responsible adult here. You will die. You will succumb to alcohol poisoning by minute 30.
They scream "run" constantly. It's like 50% of the dialogue.
Maybe take a small sip of beer.
Or take a shot every time the size of the raptor changes within a single scene.
That's also dangerous. You'd be hammered by the midpoint.
Look, watching this movie sober it's fucked up. It's a painful experience. You notice the bad acting way too much.
For sure.
Titus is overacting like she's in a Shakespearean tragedy, and Baldwin is underacting like he's on heavy tranquilizers.
It's a mismatch made in hell. The tonal dissonance is deafening.
So, final verdict.
It is a shameless, low-budget, unintentional comedy. If you are a completist for bad dinosaur movies, if you own the Velociraptor and Jurassic World, then yes, add this to your collection. It belongs on the shelf of shame.
But for the average viewer, the person who just wants a good movie on a Friday night. Avoid
like the plague. Unless you have a group of friends and a lot of beer, then it's a blast. It's a communal experience you need people to laugh with.
Agreed. It's garbage, but it's our garbage.
And that brings us to the end. But before we go, I want to leave you with a thought. A provocative thought.
Lay it on us.
We are living in a world where AI video is getting better every day. We've seen the demos like Sora. You can type dinosaur movie into a prompt and get something weird and hallucinogenic.
Right.
In a few years, are we about to see a golden age of terrible mockbusters.
That's an interesting angle.
Think about it. Is Jurassic Reborn actually the last gasping breath of human-made trash? Are we going to miss the days when Daniel Baldwin looked tired on a boat because in 5 years it'll just be a deepfake Daniel Baldwin generated by a server farm?
That is terrifying. A world where computers make the bad movies instead of humans. There is something soulless about that. At least here, I know a human being made the bad decision to leave the no parking sign in the shot.
Exactly. There is a human touch to this incompetence. AI incompetence just feels cold. So maybe, just maybe, we should cherish Jurassic Reborn as an artifact of human failure.
Something to mull over.
Indeed.
All right, one last time. If you enjoyed this breakdown, if you want to support us and hear more about the worst movies ever made, you absolutely must subscribe to the Dread Den channel on YouTube. Go do it. Smash that button.
Dread Den, don't make us ask again. We know where you live. Just kidding. But seriously, subscribe.
Thanks for listening, you brave souls. We'll catch you on the next one.
Stay safe and watch out for no parking signs in the jungle. Bye.